Amid ongoing efforts to reform Chicago's police department, the city commissioned a report with strategies to strengthen and expand community policing. Kathy O'Toole is the former Boston police commissioner and former Seattle police chief. She and other national public safety leaders at 21 CP Solutions wrote this report, and she joins us live to discuss. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
I'm wonderful, and exciting day in Chicago.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Thanks for taking the time.
Oh, no, thank you for taking the time. This gives CPD really a roadmap at every level, doesn't it?
Well, we took a look at the 17 major city jurisdictions in the country, including the NYPD and the LAPD, and we came up with lots of interesting information. We did a deep dive, we conducted interviews and studies, and we came up with some best practices, but certainly it's up to the superintendent and the community stakeholders in Chicago to decide at the end of the day what they want. But it's great to benchmark and take a look at what's happening elsewhere.
What were some of the key findings, specifically here in Chicago?
Well, first of all, I should say that, we feel that Superintendent Snelling's vision is right on track. I mean, he's among the thought leaders in the country because he said, look, community policing shouldn't just be an assignment or a unit. It should be the ethos, the philosophy on which the entire department is built, right? And every person in the organization, every member of the CPD should play a role in that. So that's definitely, at the leading edge of thinking on community policing. But now it's time to operationalize that vision and put it to work right in the districts out there in the field. And so we came to three conclusions. First of all, having looked at these 17 jurisdictions across the country, we concluded that it really does take senior leadership's commitment and determination. And the superintendent has already committed to hiring, or not hiring, but appointing a leader, a major command staff person in the organization to lead the initiative, and to ensure that everybody at every rank of the organization knows exactly what this means and exactly what role they will play in all of it. So, I think that leadership determination is most important. And then geographic integrity is really important. The cops out there on the beat are on the same beats day after day during the same shifts. They're engaging with people. They're working collaboratively with other services, in multidisciplinary approaches to solve problems and to prevent further problems. So it's not just reacting to 911 calls. So it's prevention and intervention. And then finally, working in multidisciplinary approaches we think is really important because the police can't resolve all these complicated issues facing communities. So those were the three major takeaways from the research we did elsewhere. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to the CPD, the elected officials there, and the people in the neighborhoods of Chicago to determine what they want their model to look like. We just came up with some ideas that are working elsewhere.
So, Kathy, it sounds like Superintendent Snelling is on the right track, but how long do you think it will take to incorporate these things? And did you find some things that are definitely off track?
No, we just looked at benchmarked against other jurisdictions. So, our job was to take a look at what's happening elsewhere in the country and to share those ideas with Chicago. Look, each jurisdiction has its unique characteristics.
Of course.
Indeed, each neighborhood has its unique characteristics. So what works in one neighborhood may not work in another. But I think, again, there is a sense of urgency, not only with the superintendent, but there's so many great community partners that have collaborated on this work. So I appreciate the fact that in Chicago, the police department has a lot of support.
So you looked at other communities as well. Where do we rank, or is that not a way to put it?
No, nobody has, I don't think anybody has the perfect model at this point. And most jurisdictions we talked to admitted to that, right? It's evolving. Community policing, the nature of community policing, the nature of policing generally has really evolved in recent years, and it will continue to evolve. Look, the world's changing at warp speed, right? So in policing, we need to be flexible. We need to continue to evolve. But I absolutely believe that the superintendent's vision is right on target, and that there is a commitment, a determination, a sense of urgency to really accelerate this now.
Well, Kathy, that's more good news for Chicago today. Kathy O'Toole, thank you so much. Be safe, be well.
Thank you very much.